Hey everyone, it's Dion with 9-1 Cravens, and today welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make chocolate ganache and colored ganache for a drip cake. And then all you need for it is your chocolate of your choosing or candy melts, heavy whipping cream, and 1 measuring cup. Alright, so let's get to it. Now I will say this, making ganache is extremely easy despite what people be thinking, and that be messing up a lot of people. They think that ganache is hard to make, but it's fairly easy once you understand the ratio of cream to chocolate, and that ratio is always a 1-to-1 ratio. It's always equal amounts chocolate to equal amounts cream when making it. Alright, and so now let's get to it. It is multiple ways that you can do this. You can either do the stovetop way or the microwave way. Stovetop is all you're doing is taking the heavy whipping cream and you're placing it into a skillet to warm it up. Or the microwave way is you're taking your time heating it up in the microwave. Because you always heat up the cream first and then you add in the chocolate because the heat from the cream will melt the chocolate. Take your measuring cup, and so like I said, it's always a 1-to-1 ratio. So whether you're doing 1 full cup, half a cup, 1/3, 1/4, it will always be the same thing. So 1 full cup of heavy whipping cream, place it into the skillet, and you cut it up on to like a low medium heat. Big tip. Do not let this boil up, okay? You just want to heat up the cream to the point where you can see some steam start to come from it, and you probably see like 1, 2, or 3 bubbles. But other than that, do not let this boil up or you'll run the chance of burning the cream and then it won't work properly. Okay, it's starting to steam up, and another way to tell that it's getting there is you probably can't see it, but okay, now you probably can. But you see how it's forming that little top right there, that little skin part? That means it's starting to warm up, and right there are the bubbles that I'm talking about. Once you see that, take it off and transfer it to your bowl dish. Pour it into a safe dish, and while it's still hot, add in your chocolate and or candy melts. And now you just take your time and you stir it all together. You just take your time stirring. And you are letting the heat from the cream break down and melt the chocolate and let it all combine and mix together. Okay, and then once it's all mixed together, this is how it's going to look. And so seriously, like during this step, make sure to continue stirring because you want to make sure that all the chocolate is melted and all the cream is incorporated and mixed in together. Okay, and so now a tip, say as if all your chocolate hasn't melted and your cream done lost some of its heat. All you have to do is pop this in the microwave for about 15 to 30 seconds and let the cream get back hot again, and the rest of the chocolate will finish melting. And once it's all incorporated and mixed together, this is how it's going to look. Now, before you can apply ganache to a cake to create drips, you have to let this cool down. And you can let it cool down either inside of the bowl or inside a trusty squirt bottle, because that is one of 2 ways that you can, well, one of 3 ways you can apply ganache to a cake to create the drip effect. First way is, you could take a bowl and the spoon, and you take the spoon and you just run it along the side of the cake like that. See? Second way is really what a lot of first timers will do. They'll just take this whole bowl and they'll just dump it on the top of the cake, and they'll use their spatula to help push it towards the edges, and it'll just drip down from off the sides of the cake. Or if you want more even controlled lines, you use squirt bottle. Like this is, like in my opinion, this is honestly the best way right here, using the squirt bottle. And so now let me go ahead and transfer this ganache into the squirt bottle. And so now with the chocolate ganache all in the squirt bottle, it's time to let it cool down. Like, you have to let ganache cool down. You cannot apply warm ganache to a cake, or all it's going to do is just run straight down to the bottom of the cake, and you're not going to be able to do your drip effect. You have to let it cool down to the point to where when it touches the cold cake surface, it will slowly start, like, how can I describe it? Like, I'm trying to find the right word. It'll start stiffening. Wait, is that even a word? It will stiffen up as it's dripping down the cake, and then it will stop at a certain point. And so now I am going to do a video soon on how to apply drips to the cake, but right now this video is just how to make the ganache for the drips. And it's like I said, you have to let this cool down. Don't let it cool down to the point to where it hardens up on you, but enough to where when you apply to the cake, it'll create the drip effect. And so now let's get to the point to where I'll show you how to make the colored ganache. It's pretty much the same thing, except you can either use colored candy melts, or say as if you're trying to get a certain color or a certain hue, you can do what I do, and that's add in gel paste food coloring. All right, the same thing as before. Add in your cream, but this time, before you add in your chocolate, your white chocolate to be exact, adding in AmeriColor soft gel paste food coloring. And it don't got to be this exact brand, but it's any soft gel paste food coloring. And I recommend doing the gel paste food coloring because, you know, if you were to just straight up go get colored candy melts, you know, there's only a certain variety of amount, and it's like I said, if you want to create a special color or get like a certain depth of darkness to it or hue, you will use the gel paste. And so today I'm using orange. You squirt in a little nice amount. Take your whisk and you mix it in. And so I could have went and got orange candy melts, but the orange wouldn't have been as dark as this. Now let me bring it up closer to you. This is a deep orange that I'm going for. And so now I would add in my white chocolate, because of course, you know, come on. You can't use milk chocolate to make colored chocolate. That's just not gonna work. And you mix it in. And this is the thing too, believe it or not, depending on the type of chocolate or candy melt that you use, the fat content that's in the chocolate will help with the color of the ganache too. And since I use Ghirardelli chocolate, it has a high fat content in it, and so whenever you mix it in, as you can see, it also darkens the color of it, and well not that darken, but deepens the color of it. See? Like, you see how darker that's done getting now? And it's like a nice deep orange. Also, orange is my favorite color. And if you're wondering where I get my gel paste coloring from, I buy everything from Mary Carter's Cake Decorating Center here in Memphis, Tennessee. And so if you're a Memphis treat or cake decorator and you're trying to find some good colored gel paste, they have a wide, and when I say wide, a wide variety of food coloring. So go check them out and tell them that Dion sent you. All right, everyone. Well, there you go. The ganache is all done and finished. We got the orange colored one. I got a special video coming up soon. That's why I made this one. And the chocolate. Oops, let it breathe. The chocolate ganache is done. And so now the leftover chocolate ganache I had, I put inside this bowl right here, and I want to show you how it looks once it starts cooling down and it starts to thicken up. This is how the ganache will start looking. You see how much thicker it is? And so now this is still kind of a little too loose, and so you will let it thicken up just a little bit more, like just a little bit. and then you could apply it to a cake. Quick tip, you can keep Ganache in the fridge inside the bottle for like up to a week, but after that you should remake your Ganache, because once Ganache sits in the fridge, you got to understand it is a dairy product, so eventually it will start to go bad, and if you let it sit in the fridge for too long, you know, it'll start to develop mold. You know, back when I was younger, well, I ain't gonna say younger, a couple years ago, and I made my first Ganache ever. You know, I sat inside the squirt bottle, I put it in the fridge, and I left it in there for like 3 weeks, and then when I went back to check it, yeah, it was bad. So it'll keep for at most a week, and after that you should always make fresh Ganache for your cakes. Alright everyone, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you enjoyed today's video, you know, slap that thumbs up button and leave a comment down below, and turn on post notifications and subscribe to the channel for more content. Alright, y'all have a good day. Remember, I love you all, and